do you agree with Wilder in the fact that when he does retire, obviously we don't know what's going to happen from here on in, but he said that he is a guaranteed Hall of Famer?
Oh my God. He said he's a guaranteed Hall of Famer. He's beaten Luis Ortiz, who's about 52. That is the only victory on his resume against an elite heavyweight. I mean, I know you lot, Coogan does it all the time. Oh, I'm not saying anything, I'm not. But the reality is, who has Deontay Wilder ever beaten? Dominic Brazil, who, by the way, weren't bad, 5 years ago. I'm not saying that's because AJ boxed him then, but he was finished when Wilder, and that was a great knockout, by the way. Stavern, I mean, that was an absolute embarrassment. Who else has there been? Eric Molina, definitely a Hall of Fame victory. Spilker, the cruiserweight that Derek Chisora knocked out in about 2 rounds. That is frightening that he's saying that. I'm saying, right, with the fights that Anthony Joshua has been in, with victories over Klitschko, with victories, unifications over Parker, with wins over Povetkin, with a rematch against Ruiz, right, I'm saying he's not Hall of Fame yet. I mean, Hall of Fame is something that really is about longevity. As good as Tyson Fury is, I'm not even sure he goes in the Hall of Fame right now. Usyk, I think, does, because he's been undisputed at cruiserweight. He's moved up and become unified at heavyweight. But Deontay Wilder in the Hall of Fame? I'm baffled. And I like Deontay Wilder. I think he's great for boxing. I'd love to give him a load of money. I really would. I've been wanting to give Deontay Wilder tens of millions of dollars for the whole of my life. In fact, that's the one thing I can never understand about Deontay Wilder is I've never met a man that don't want tens of millions of dollars. And even the other day, I reached out to their team and basically said, I would like to give you tens of millions of dollars. And they didn't even reply. So the whole thing baffles me.
And those are the words of Eddie Hearn as you heard him. Express his feelings of Deontay Wilder becoming a future Hall of Famer or being a future Hall of Famer. And let me counterpunch. Eddie Hearn would probably be the wrong person to ask this question. I think the best person you need to ask is me or any other qualified person that doesn't have a biased concept of who Deontay Wilder is. But it's all about the criteria, okay? And when you're looking at Boxing Hall of Fame, you have to do something of this. So where's the standard? This is the standard, okay? And it reads, an athlete nominee for the Hall of Fame must meet the following criteria. 1, must have completed internationally representing the United States of America. 2, must be retired for a minimum of 10 years. 3, must have demonstrated a high level of character, teamwork, integrity, ability, sportsmanship, and perseverance. Okay, so when you're looking at those things, has Deontay Wilder met those things? Perseverance, that's persistence. Has he done something that, despite him being with 2 losses, when he excelled to the next level, how well did he do? Well, he beat Luis Ortiz, which was better than him. Okay, Luis Ortiz was a better boxer than him, but he was older. He did go through some adversity. Okay, and, after that, he fought Tyson Fury. He had a draw with Tyson Fury. Then he fought Dominic Brazil, which I don't think Dominic Brazil was on his level. So that really doesn't count. But then yet he goes and demonstrates the same thing again against Luis Ortiz, which it was a very pretty much one-sided fight until Wilder hit him with, a straight right in the 7th round and ended the fight. Then after that, he fought Tyson Fury again and then lost to Tyson Fury. And then the next year in 2021, he lost to Tyson Fury again. So you can argue that he hasn't been persistent. With the two challenges that he's had, or the two main challenges, should I say, he hasn't been persistent with overcoming adversity, and showing that he is better as of yet. So if you ask me if Deontay Wilder, is he a Hall of Famer? I don't think he's a Hall of Famer now. I think he has to get the belt back. Now, if it was a fact of him having to if he has to get the belt back, show magnificent change, which I've seen change in Deontay Wilder. I've seen him, I've seen him a lot faster. I've seen him working with his foot movement. I see he's actually willing to accept things that he already knows. And I think what happens, according to Malik Scott was saying, like, hey, listen, you were saying, hey, I'd never done this before. It's like, yeah, you have. This is already in your toolbox. I think a lot of stuff that Deontay Wilder avoided or ignored, I think was presented to him, and he just chose not to do it. I think things that he knew to do, he just didn't really practice it enough for it to be effective. He just discarded it because of his gift. His gift is power, his punch. But he leaned too much on his gift, and then when that gift didn't work, it was nothing else but his heart. Okay, and unfortunately, guys like Ernie Shavers, David Tua, Deontay Wilder, he's in that same ballpark to me when it comes to hard hitters. The only exception is Deontay Wilder was the WBC champion for 5 years. So that which makes him way up there, does it go by knockouts? It does not. So it's a interesting criteria you must meet, and does he fit that? I think that's all based on this criteria, all a fact of opinion, honestly, because the way that it's broken down, it's like, hey, must be retired a minimum of 10 years. Okay, so he won't see it for a while, must have demonstrated a high level of character. Okay, well, that's an opinion. So it's kind of hard to say, well, has Deontay Wilder demonstrated a high level of character? And if so, what type of character did he demonstrate? Did he show that he, teamwork? Did he show teamwork with his team? Integrity, ability, sportsmanship. You know what I mean? So, like, I guess it depends. Did he consistently do these things? And that's really all up to opinion. But if you ask me a high level of character, you could pick a time where, he was humble and early in his career, but then you could pick another time in his career where he was just like, I'm the best. I don't need skill. Fuck the boxing skills and whatever people think they have. I have the right hand. I have the equalizer. I. Okay. Integrity, like, hey, the same thing. Has he showed a level of integrity? Has he showed it? You know what I mean? Did he show the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles and moral uprightness? So, is his morals strong? Well, that's a fact of opinion. You could say him having strong morals to this day, could be showing that. You don't see Deontay Wilder out there getting drunk and stuff like that, or beating people up. You don't see that. You don't see him with domestic violence problems and stuff like that. You don't see that. So you could look at that as a strong moral principles of moral uprightness. You know what I mean? Being honest or having, being honest though, that, again, that's an opinion, because a lot of people could argue, I don't know if he's honest or not. You know what I mean? But I believe he believes the things that he says. You know what I mean? Instead of sitting there, intentionally lying to people. So it's a very good debate if Deontay Wilder is Hall of Fame material right now. I always wanted to wanted Deontay Wilder to do more than chase one fucking guy around the heavyweight division, which was Tyson Fury, which I always thought that was dumb. And it was somewhat tunnel vision like. But then again, you know, only he could really tell you the reason he wanted to fight Tyson Fury besides, you know, making more money with guys like Anthony Joshua, then Dillian White and Joseph Parker and Andy Ruiz and all these guys that he could have fought besides the Tyson Fury. You know, so we really don't honestly know if that was a fact of him just wanting to fight Tyson Fury because he thought Tyson Fury was the best, which I doubt, or fighting Tyson Fury because you knew you could knock him out. Bars. So it's really, you don't really know what his intentions were. You know, one champion, one face, one name. We've heard a lot of those things come from Deontay Wilder's mouth, but we don't really see him trying to unify anything because, again, he had that opportunity to unify a very long time ago, which he decided not to. And he wanted to do what? Chase Tyson Fury. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie Hearn stating that Deontay Wilder is no way, no how a future Hall of Famer or a current Hall of Famer. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!